Hello, I'm John from the Haunt Informer,
And I'm Glenn from Fall Ritual.
and this is episode 43 of Fall Informer. And today we have a special guest. We have the Ripper from Lehigh Valley Screampark.
Hi guys,
Yes, thank you for being on.
it's great being here.
Yes, nice, cool. Start out, Glenn.
All right. So what got you into haunts, wanting to work at a haunt, and what led you to go to Lehigh Valley Screen Park?
So it kind of started with my dad, essentially. He
Okay.
was always in the haunt industry since God knows when, like doing makeup. And I one day just sat down. I was like, man, I don't want to do trick-or-treating no more. I just want to scare people. So like my 5-year-old self just in my Wolfman costume scaring people. And then when I hit 16 in 2020, I was like, man, COVID took everything down. I can't go to Dorney Haunt, so why don't I just try out Scream Park? And it kind of just shot off from there.
Wonderful, nice,
I ended up there just by like Google searching what haunts are open, and then Lehigh Valley Scream Park popped up first. I was like, okay. I sat in the garage, applied. My dad's like, "You sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then I sent my application, and like a month later, they got back to me, and that's where it all started.
nice, 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 nice.
Nice. And how long have you been at Lehigh now?
For 4 years now, 3 years on Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. You got lots of experience then.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So my first question for you is talking about different masks. I know you're working on mobile ones for your characters. What is currently your favorite mask from the company Pumpkin Pulp Productions?
The Ron Swine mask. I don't know. Like I saw it, I'm like, there's more detail to it once you like take a closer look at it. Like there's a jawbone on the bottom of it, and like unlike the swine mask that I used to wear, the
Yeah,
ears flop, and that's like the best part. It's like you just see the ears flop while I'm running.
that's great. Nice. So when you're using these masks, do you prefer using silicone masks or latex masks? Have you ever worn a silicone mask at a haunt?
I have not worn a silicone mask yet. There is one coming in, which will be for my character Skinner, so that will be revealed, I don't know, shortly.
Nice. Stay tuned to his Instagram and everything. We'll have that link below. Yes.
Other than that, I wore Zagoni's
Okay.
painter's cloth, which was made by Recompose Design.
Okay.
Um, and now this mask, which is going to be my main runner mask for this year because I'm kind of doing a revival of the swine, bringing them back a little bit.
Nice. Awesome.
How many different characters have you created or
Um,
have in the 4 years you've been at Lehigh?
so at Lehigh, I created 3 characters: Swine, Skinner, and Opie. And when I'm doing off-season events at Brighton Asylum, I have Sadness the Clown and my Cryopod Demon character. Um, all of them are like getting mostly switches in a sort of way. So I've been working like hard, pushing out, trying to get more characters up and running before the season starts.
Cool. Talking about your masks, do you actually make your own costumes? Do you work with Recomposed Designs? Tell me.
Um, I used to work, well, technically worked with Tim McCall when
Okay.
he was director of Scream Park in 2021.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Mostly the costumes I get are like clothing I already had, and I
Okay.
just dirty distressed it. The one costume for my character Sadness for Brighton Asylum was made by Possum or Bonnie from Reapers, and we got like really close. So like that's like one thing that we just talk about is like what we're gonna do for characters this year.
Nice. Yes, we interviewed Possum in the past. Yes.
Yeah, really cool guy.
Yeah.
What's
Nice.
been your favorite character?
My favorite character, um, it was gonna be my original character in 2020, but then the fire happened. And then I kind of like picked up the swine a little bit and like 2021, and like I was like, I don't know where to go with this. And then I saw the review for Fall Ritual. I'm like, you know what? I like this character, and I kind of built upon him and just made him like his own thing.
That's awesome. Thank you for watching our videos, by the way. We really appreciate that.
It's a lot of entertainment. It gets me ready for the season.
Nice. Yeah, I listened to Glenn's reviews of Lehigh Valley for years before I went, so I'm actually wearing my Lehigh Valley Screampark shirt today.
I'm wearing the 2021 hoodie.
Nice. Cool, cool, cool. So my next question for you is, do you have a backstory for your main characters? Like, do you have a specific backstory you'd like to tell everybody about?
So for Swine, he's kind of like he kind of just got a story, but his masks that he wears are his pet pigs that he has slaughtered.
Okay.
And instead of feeling the guilt without the mask on, he puts on the mask so it's not him killing it, technically. It's the pig killing the
Oh,
people.
okay.
So the chainsaw gimmick that came in with him was like he picked up the chainsaw and it was like kind of funny for him. Like, okay, they're screaming, they're running. I like this. I like the game of chase.
Okay. That's interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always love it when scare actors have backstories for their characters.
Yeah, and like the story element of it is like the biggest part for me because it kind of like makes me think, what can I do with this character with this story? What can I like push out to the audience and what can make them imagine what this character is?
Exactly. Nice. Cool.
You've worked or you've been in different sections at Lehigh Valley. I've seen you in the house and out in the like Midway area. I've seen on the hayride. What do you prefer?
I preferred house mostly because I can be in the midway, and the like I like the stronger interactions, being like very close and head on with people. Because like if I can get into their head out in the midway, and they know I'm in this house, they don't know where I'm gonna be in the house, and that's what really gets people the most. And one of the director managers, like for the actors, have said less is more. The less you do, the more it is towards people. So like I kind of took that to heart and like go on the midway and really just drill into people's heads that I'm in the house. You just gotta find me.
That's
I
nice.
always I always love that. I always love seeing like the same actor in like the Midway, and then they appear in the house. Because like, how do you get back and forth so fast? Without being detected or without being, like you could be in the Midway, and then like this group of people go in, and it's like you're there, but it's like, you know, I always love that aspect.
Yeah, that took a lot of time, and I've seen Condemned before what it is now. And I was at basically just a lot of time looking at all the exits, looking at all the secret little hidey holes, basically like Batman, essentially figuring out where I'm gonna go and like running away when I get the chance.
Nice. That's awesome that you studied everything. That's nice.
But
So,
how is the hayride? Do you enjoy the hayride? Is that
I
something you
do,
love?
I do like the hayride. It's just not my cup of tea. Like there's not really much going on for me, like character wise. So that's why like I made Opie last year. I made Skinner last year. So it was like those like characters, like those are the main designated characters. If I'm gonna be down on hayride, those are the two characters you should expect to see.
you've referenced the character Opie multiple times. Can you elaborate on what that character entails?
So it's basically this dog character. He basically protects the whiskey still.
Oh,
Um, he basically goes after the people that are really like obnoxious or drunk and says you don't taste good or I'm gonna eat you alive and those kids too, baby back ribs.
that's great.
But
Uh,
yeah, Opie's a dog. He has changes. He might be getting a new mask. I'm not sure yet.
Stay tuned, everybody. So tell me about your experience at Brighton Asylum. How is the environment and the acting styles there? How is it different compared to Lehigh Valley for you?
It's a lot more of a rush. There's a lot more going on.
Okay.
Um, I'm glad that the possum brought me on with all of his crew, and he kind of taught me a lot on what to do and like the different sections of Brighton Asylum. And originally, I was in the ballroom, I think it was,
Okay.
and briefly for like the St. Patty's Day event there was an issue, so they put me in cryopods, and that's where I mostly stay now. And if there is like a possibility of like the chainsaw person not being there, me and Possum would fill in for that spot.
That'd be great because both of you have a lot of experience with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Cool.
That would be a great time.
Yeah.
So you were talking about your OP character and then like going after the certain types of people. How do you gauge that? How do you know what to say to certain people as a haunt actor that's going to be like this person can take it, this person's not going to appreciate it, this person is probably going to laugh, this person's going to get scared by it. Like how do you approach a group? How do you get a feel for them?
Awesome.
For Hayride, it was mostly by the first jump out that I do. I wait to see everyone's reactions, and then it's mostly like, okay, I know who to go after. I'm gonna go after you. But for House, it was mostly just by ear, because I would be by the blackout maze and I would hear them freaking out in there. And if I bang on the wall and they start freaking out, I'm like, okay, you're an easy target. I'm gonna go after you. So it's kind of like listening and reading the room a little bit.
Okay. Interesting. Cool. All right. So I always love asking characters these questions because we always get great stories from it. What have been some of your favorite scares you've gotten either last year or over your whole span of scaring at Brighton and Lehigh Valley over 4 years? What do you think?
I'd say it would be my first time on Hayride.
Okay.
I was just not feeling it. Like that's the last season was like kind of iffy for me. There's lots of ups and downs for me,
Okay.
but I don't know what happened, what entailed this guy, but I had my saw off and I was walking back to my spot and he just hops off. I'm like, well, this is an opportunity to do something. So I just fire my saw and I chase him back to the wagon and he just runs and jumps back onto the wagon.
That's awesome.
Wait, someone
Yeah.
got off the wagon in
Yeah, and I don't even know why. He just jumped off.
Well, great job getting him back on there.
gone. Yeah, right. That's crazy. Because I know Lehigh has a very unique way
Yes.
of getting people off, and stuff like there is a part where you do get off and everything, but it's like just to get off a hayride mid trail
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
because
interesting.
you would think their reaction is to hop backwards, but his was to go the direction where all the scary monsters are.
Right.
That actually leads you to the new path you guys did, the psychopath and everything. That was really cool.
Yeah, the psychopath was a very interesting experiment we got going on because we were told like, yeah, we're not bringing back corn, and then we brought back the corn. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Let's see what we can do more the next year after it's like got a little bit of its test run. Now let's see if we can get more actors in there, more corn creatures, kind of like seeing what we can do with it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it the first year. I thought it was a lot of fun. There's definitely
Yeah,
memorable moments, like the one girl saying, press the button. That was funny.
yeah, Moon.
Remember that one?
Yeah, she was the first year actor and she did pretty good in that spot.
Nice.
But one thing I did not expect them to do was a fog maze, like a fog swamp inside of a clown tent. That's something I've never seen before.
That
Mhm.
was nice. I like that mix up.
It surprises me, and I work there.
Have you
That's
gone through
that's
it?
how you know you did a good job.
Have you gone through it? Like, not, it's tough for you guys, I know, to go through it as because there are actors in it to go
Yeah.
through it when it's full. Obviously, you walk through it with it not being fully
Yeah.
haunt mode, but have you gone through it? Like, do you know, like, what they do and like the scares and like the jump
E-
scares and where things are coming?
I've been through it because we had to clear out like the last of the people one of the nights.
Okay.
So I followed behind the last group, a little bit pushed back, and I got to see what they're doing. And the actors in there like really know what they're doing and they really know how to get to you. And like it's a scary house. And that's like something like we need to work on and like put more like energetic people in that house.
Yeah.
That house is very, very unique.
Oh
It is
yeah.
one of
Yeah.
the most unique houses, especially like that upstairs where it feels like the whole thing's like shifting and you're gonna
Oh
fall
yeah,
and the
that was
whole
great.
slanted. But it's one of the most unique houses I've been through.
Most
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
So Condemned originally it was supposed to be shorter than what it was. We're supposed to get like this big church, but we kind of had the fire, and I'm like, a part of me was like, yeah, that sucked. But another part of me was like, it's a blessing in disguise because now like Condemned was like the rant of the whole season. Like, okay, this house was good. Let's come back again and let's see what they can do.
I found it interesting. They actually built in the fire with the backstory. Like at the beginning, some of the
Mhm.
stuff burned. So, and definitely bravo to everybody there. Like that is amazing that you built all of that back up. Like job well done. That's incredible.
Yeah, they did a really good job of that, and like some of the props that you see are from the fire that they have restored. Like the fridge in the beginning scene was from the old house, Hillbilly Hell.
Wow. Hmm. Interesting.
So a lot of it's like pretty in good shape.
Hmm. Okay. So one of my last questions for you is what would be your dream mask or costume? Like if you could choose anything from any company, what would be the ones you choose?
Man, that there's a lot, but my dream mask personally for me would be the silicone mask from I think it was Immortal. It was no, it was from Basement FX before they
Okay.
changed to Savage. It was one of their pig masks.
Oh, like the hide cutter, like the kind of like that one.
Yeah, it was kind of
Yeah.
like a rotten looking thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty wild looking. Yeah.
that's like one of the dreams.
I'll make a note of that. I'll insert a picture of it in this video. Go ahead, Glenn. Ask your question.
What are your top three, five, however many you want to name? What are your top like haunts that you would love to go check out? I know it's tough for you guys, haunt actors, with the haunt season, but what are like the top three or top five that you would love to check out?
So I would love to check out Hell's Gate, which is like the one that's on my main priority list. Penhurst, because just meeting some of the people that worked there during Paracon, it was amazing experience. And I would say Fright Farm.
Okay, cool.
Just something about the aesthetic of Fright Farm is like very drawing.
Yes. And they do a great job with like the masks and everything there with like lifeless creations. They do a great job.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of his masks, and I was like, one of these days I'll get your mask. One of these.
I've seen him at mobile conventions. I actually just saw him at Midwest Horrors Convention, and he actually just made a new video effect too. Like it sprays water at you.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I
Wow.
have a clip of it in one of my videos. Yeah,
I'll go check it out.
thank you. Awesome. So, do you have any final thoughts for everybody for the upcoming 2023 haunt season, like the schedule and everything? Like, what can you give insight to? What are you most excited for the season? What can you give us?
One thing I am most excited for is that we are now going to be pushing out more advertisements so we can bring in more actors
Okay.
because the one thing that we were lacking on last year was actors. We were kind of like because not a lot of people want to work in the haunt industry, so just trying to bring people in is like the best part. But expect a good season this year. There's a lot coming and you just got to see it for yourself.
All right, gotta leave us hanging.
Speaking of that, you guys do have a great cast of actors out there, a
Yes.
great crew, and it seems like y'all you guys are stick together and come back year after year. I know you hang out with your fellow haunt actors from there, you know, outside of the haunt. So
Yeah, the
it's
Butcher from Hell,
awesome.
everybody. Check out the Butcher from Hell.
Yeah, I hang out with him. We've been recently going to Screampark a lot because I now run their TikTok page. So
Oh,
we've been
okay.
filming videos for it. So we get to spend a lot more time in our home away from home.
Awesome. That's nice to hear. I always find it interesting when I hear that they let the scare actors do their social media. It's always interesting to hear about that.
Yeah, and they're really nice about it too. It's like we're like, hey, can we go like film here for like a little bit? And they're like, sure.
Nice. That's awesome. Definitely a shout out to Buddy and Sherry. They're great.
They're
Yes.
great people.
Now, I just thought of something else. What do you like the most about the Midway? Like, what would you have to choose? Like the axe throwing, the French fries, hot chocolate. What would you choose?
Man, the donuts. I remember in
Yes.
2021, I'm like, man, these donuts do not look like they hit the spot. And then some random person came up and were like, you look hungry, and gave me a bag of donuts. I'm like,
Wow.
okay. And I like started eating them. I'm like, wow, these are amazing.
Yeah. You ever tried the pizza? Because I haven't yet.
I've tried a little bit of it.
Okay. Was it good?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's
That's the
worth it.
brick oven, right? Because they got like a full brick oven pizza thing going on.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a full brick oven pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
tried
just
one of
an
those when I
awesome.
come back. Yeah.
It's just one of the like awesome midways with you got the DJ playing. You can hang out by like the fire pits. Get your food while waiting to get on for your turn. You don't have to stand in this long line. You
Yes.
can enjoy yourself while waiting.
That's an excellent system with the number. That's excellent.
Yeah, it works out pretty well for especially midway actors because it lets us know, okay, you need to go back to your spot when you start seeing the people from Haywire coming out.
Yep.
Right?
Nice. Have you ever worked in BioPurge at the haunt?
I have not,
Okay.
but it is like something like I can do because I do work in cryopods for Brighton. So like I'm like, okay, this is on the level, but like I can't get rid of my chainsaw. That chainsaw's my baby.
Do you have like a special name for it or something like for your chainsaw? I know sometimes people give it like prop weapons names.
Yeah, so my Instagram, LVSP Ripper, that's the name of my chainsaw because he goes rip, 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 rip every time he just idles.
That's great. Awesome. So thank you very much for talking to us. Do you have any final thoughts, Glenn? Any final
I
questions?
don't. Go check out Lehigh Valley Screampark this
Yes.
upcoming season. Every year you guys seem to get a little better and better, and it's always exciting to go out there.
Yes, it always is a fun time. And I have been John from the Haunt Informer.
And I'm Glenn from Fall Ritual.
And this was episode 43 of Fall Informer. And until next time, happy hauntings.